You see the title. You see the title. One thing for certain and one thing for sure. You know I ain't about to lie about nothing, man. It's been a subject I've been wanting to talk about for a long while. But now I feel like it's the perfect time to talk about this. Let me fix my mic. Hold on. Let me fix my mic, make sure. All right. So it's a touchy subject, a subject I've been wanting to talk about for a while now. But now is the perfect time to talk about it because it's like deja vu all over again. You see the title, My Baby Mama Sacrificed My Baby, allegedly. You dig? Tonight we about to talk about how my baby's mother or my baby's mother's mother sacrificed my emerald gold on Halloween 2022. Um, a lot of people, I know a lot of y'all wonder what happened to my emerald gold, what happened to my baby that I love so much and so dearly. Um, and for so long, for so long I was ashamed to talk about it just because I felt like a failure as a father for letting it happen, or for allowing it to happen, or for not seeing the signs before it happened. A lot of things happened that sometimes you be blind to, man, because this Illuminati shit goes deep. And we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about, we're gonna talk about the whole thing. We're gonna spread out the whole thing. If you got any questions, cares, or concerns, feel free to ask. But we're gonna spread out the whole thing. And I'm gonna tell you about the whole thing about how this B word sacrificed my baby. You understand me? I'm gonna keep it politically correct. You might hear me raise my voice, but you're gonna see me keep it politically correct. You feel what I'm saying? So before we get into it, I want to let some people come into the live stream. I want to let some people get down and come into the live stream. Shout out to the DMTV2 family. Shout out to the Dwayne McClain TV family. Shout out to the Chakra Doctor Inc. family. You already know the name of the channel is Chakra Doctor Inc. We're going to keep it at the Chakra Doctor level, man, because High Magus Supreme is a little bit too over their head. A lot of people don't even know what a magus is. They call it a magus. They call it a maggot. Rhyme. You ain't going to rhyme me with the F word. You feel what I'm saying? But before we get into it, man, let's let some people come into the live stream, and we're gonna open this. We're gonna open this with a prayer. I'm gonna open this, not we. I'm gonna open this because I don't care about what y'all feel. I don't care about how y'all think about me. I don't care about anybody think about me, because she the one that got me here. She the one that brought me here. Wouldn't no Jesus, wouldn't no Allah, wouldn't no Buddha, wouldn't no Krishna. No, it was the great grand holy mother that gave me all that I have, all that I ever will have, all that I ever am. So I gotta make sure that I give it up to that great lady before we start. Let's get it.
Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, the source of all gods and goddesses. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, the primordial from which we all derive. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, the nothingness that allows all somethings to exist. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, she is all mother, there is none greater than she. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, for she is the vastness that allows us all to experience boundaries. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, Mother of Ra, the Most High, Great Grand Holy Father. Great Grand Holy Father Ra, he who created himself from she. Great Grand Holy Father Ra, creator and father of all things, father of all beings. She is his source. Amen Ra Ptah Aum.
She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. Source of all gods, guide our lives. You are the great grand holy mother of all divine. She is the great grand holy mother of all divine. You are the great grand holy mother of all divine. Source of all gods, guide our lives. In the name of the great grand holy mother of all divine. Aum Ewa Sara, Aum Ewa Sara, Aum Ewa Sara, Aum Ewa Sara, Ishandro Boshetaya, Ishanduro boshita ya ya ya. Aume uwe wasara. Aume uwe wasara.
All praises be to the great grand and holy mother of all divine. All praises be to the goddess. All praises be to Mother Nature. Aum in Uewa, Asara, Amen Rapata, Aum, Ire O, Modupe, Ajesha Luga, Ifa, Ifa, Ifa. You feel me? Hotep. You already know. Um, man, I don't even know where to begin at, but I'm gonna try to start somewhere. Um, if you go up my video timeline on my channel and go and click oldest so that you don't have to scroll all the way down, you can click oldest. If you scroll midway or quarter of a way, you'll see a video that shows snippets of the birth of my first child, my first daughter. Her name was Emerald Gold. Right now, she's behind me in an urn in ashes on my altar. And it is my personal belief. It is my opinion. It is my, you know, uh, piecing the puzzle and piecing the dots to the puzzle together that has brought me to the conclusion that, hey, my baby mama sacrificed my baby. We're gonna get into we're gonna and the reason why I'm even talking about this, because I feel like she's trying to do it again. But this time, what I should have did for Emerald Gold, I'm doing for my son. Um, I didn't see the major signs. I didn't. Man, you don't think like this, but you see you don't see the title. That's her in the middle right there. You know what I mean? That's Emerald Gold right there to the bottom right, as you can see. You don't think that these type of things, we talk about this conspiracy theory stuff, we talk about Epstein Island, we talk about how these females doing this to these children, how these males are doing this to these children, but you really don't get a real peek into the mind of the monster until it happens to you or someone very, very, very close to you. And Emerald Gold was very, very close to me, and it happened to me. Um, where do I even begin, bro? Like, what do I be? Put in the comments. Where do I begin on a subject like this? I met my baby's mother in 2019. In 2019, that's like what? That's 3 years into my awakening. So I had my major awakening in 20 at the end of 2015, and in 2019, the beginning of 2019, I met my children my children's mother, my Emerald Gold's mother, right? And I ain't gonna need to say Emerald Gold's mom, Emerald Gold's mammy. I met Emerald Gold's mammy, uh, and she is the current mammy of the complete copy and spitting image of Emerald Gold, my son, Obsidian God. When I met her, I was like 75 racks up in my savings, right? 75 racks up in my savings. I was living in Philadelphia with one of my other wives at the time. Um, you know, we had did some money magic, and she got awarded like 270 racks. And then at that time, Gandhi I just had got 150 racks for my business. So it was like, let's turn your house into my business in Philly, and let me launch this East Coast movement. And I feel like now that I'm at the mastery that I'm at right now, I feel like all of these things and all of the people who are around me were handlers of me, and I didn't know it. I couldn't see it. I was too trapped in my ego of being powerful. I was too trapped in my ego of being magical to see the handlers that were around me. And I had a lot of handlers around me. I could give you I can give you story after story after story. And that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to just start sharing my life and showing y'all that, man, I'm human just like y'all. I'm just a human that just so happened to tap into some extraordinary meta-human abilities. Um, I just so happen to be, an extraordinary human, but human nonetheless, which means human things can happen to me, situations, emotions, thinking, people, places, things, all of these things can happen to me just like it can happen to you. I know y'all see me as Doc, Chakra Doctor. He got the miracle food, Chakra Doctor, High Megas. He got the magic. He be kicking it with Dwayne. But y'all really don't like really know me as a person, like as a living entity, a human being. You know what I'm saying? A lot. So let me give you a quick pass about me. A quick pass about me. Somebody says, let me go to the comments. Somebody said we love to listen. So a quick pass about me, y'all. I come from the gutter. I come from the trenches. I come from, when I say the gutter, the trenches, I'm talking about my earliest memory of the gutter and the trenches was, me getting my collarbone broken from my step pops because I didn't catch my first fish when he took me fishing around a ditch. I didn't catch no perch. Got a collarbone broken. Seen my beautiful mom who don't see my beautiful mom, get manhandled and beaten, stomped like no other. You know what I'm saying? I remember when my mama was pregnant and he literally beat her so bad he killed the baby. And I remember my mama escaping into the night to get us away from this nigga. But I remember she met this nigga in church. And guess what? He was all reformed in church, but when they got married, the gloves came off, and next thing you know, because he worked offshore, 2 weeks on, 1 week off. Oh, next thing you know, he got his little offshore job back, and he came home with that offshore money. And guess what he went did? He didn't give it to the household. Guess what he went did? He went spent it drinking, gambling, and snorting coke. These are my early childhood memories. I remember sleeping on the floor with my mama while she got it out the mud while she was living in her apartment. At this time, in these days, CPS wouldn't just crowding you like that. But in the day's time, if that was the situation with a mother, man, CPS would be in your behind. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that I can. It's a lot of rabbit holes I can take you down when it comes to my life. So when I say trenches, I'm talking about the trenches of the streets. Me being a member of, me being a member of Rolling 60 Crip Gang. I'm not even throwing that up. I'm not even trying to invite that back into my life. Me being a jailbird, me being a dope dealer, me being a dope user, me being a armed robber, me being an attempted murderer, me being a murderer, me being a lot of things that if you see me today, everybody that see me today, they would not know that I was that person. Why? Because I've truly changed. I was truly in ignorance. I was born as an only child to my mother and my father. I'm my mother and my father's only child. I didn't have no brothers. I didn't have no sisters. So my friends. So remember, I try to make up for that by having friends, right? I try to make up for no brothers and no sisters and no siblings by over accommodating for my friends. Not over accommodating to the point to where I was just old BAN, but I over accommodated to the point to where certain things that happened, I wasn't supposed to allow to happen. Meaning, if I seen my son going through that, I would not allow that to happen to him. I would pull his coattail and give him some game. Being led by the wrong big homies. I got a lot of big homies who led me the wrong way because they seen I was loyal. They seen I was down. They seen I had heart. They seen I'd kill a nigga mama for them. They seen I kick in the door for them. They seen I was a good luck charm. Every time we went on a heist, every time we went on a caper, every time we did something dirty in these streets, we just so happened to make it out lucky. Why? It just so happened that Rance was with us. It just so happened that Lil 2 was with us. It just so happened that Daniel was with us. It just so happened that Prophet was with us. And things turned out right. A lot of times, a lot of people can see your potential and can see what you work way before you can see it. I'll repeat it again. It's the rare person that's going to tell you how much you work before you're worth it. It's the rare person that's going to pull you to the side and say, bro, you got so much potential if you could only nip these things in the bud. Girl, you got so much potential if you could only take care of these bad habits and these negative habits. Man, you will have so much potential if you can just stop with the BS. It's the rare person that can pull you and tell you that. And I guarantee you that person that pulls you and tell you that already went through it, and they're trying to stop you from going through it, or they're trying to help you and do for you what they wish somebody would have did for them. That's the reason why I became Chakra Doctor, man. I became Chakra Doctor because my mama died of cancer when I was 16 years old, the same cancer that I'm healing now of incurable. Over 25,000 people I done healed in 11 years. 11 years, over 25,000 people out of here. I met Dr. Sabi in real life. All praises be to the noble, honorable, justice, immortal Dr. Sabi the Great for pulling my coattail and inspiring me to be a holistic healer. You feel me? The same thing my mama died of, I done healed it 10 times more. The same thing my dad died of, I done healed it already, bro. So that's how I became chakra doctor. I became chakra doctor to actually be the person in people's lives that wasn't in my mom and dad's life when they died. Where would my mama be if she was still alive today? And I'm me right now, and she's still alive today. Where would my father be if he was still alive today and I was able to heal him of his cancer? Where would my mama be if I was still able to, heal her of her brain tumor? Where would they be? And who would I be? Only the timeline can tell, because it never happened, because they died on me. My best friends done died on me. Everybody done died on me. Everybody done died on me. For a long time, I felt like I was cursed, bro. For a long time, I felt like I was cursed. And I had to go inside. One thing my mama did leave with me, one thing my daddy did leave with me, they left me the ability to read. Man, if I didn't know how to spell every word, pronounce every word, articulate every word, I had to read it all over again. They made me read the encyclopedia and the dictionary for no reason. When I got punished, they made me stand there and read the Bible, chapter after chapter, verse after verse, until my legs got tired, until I cried and said, I'm tired. They made me read. And it reminds me of the Prophet Muhammad in Islam, when the angel Gabriel appeared to him. The first thing Angel Gabriel told him was read. And then we go and we look into society right now, and what the people can't do right now. The people can't read. They can't pronounce words. They can't comprehend words. They can't understand complex sentence structures. They don't understand the participles, the subjects, the predicate nominatives of situations. They don't understand the adjectives, the pronouns, and the adverbs and the verbs, or the nouns of situations. This is why we're at a disadvantage. This is why, look, that's a dope punishment, to be honest. Hey, listen, at the time when you're a kid, you just think it's a punishment. But it's a very, very, very dope punishment. It is the punishment that it's the gift that they left me with. So I've always had the ability to read, which means I always had the ability to write. And writing and reading and reading and writing go hand in hand. If you know how to read good, you know how to write good. If you know how to write good, you know how to read good. It goes hand in and hand in. Yeah, hand in and hand in. Need some handling. You feel me? So understand, before they passed on me, they left me the ability to read. And that got me into a lot, that kept me into a lot of things that the average hood nigga couldn't be in. The average hood nigga couldn't read and understand what I know how to read. And the more you read and the more you understand sentences and structures, the more you'll be able to understand life's sentences, life's structures. You feel what I'm saying? But if, it's called your teens and your 20s for a reason, man. Ain't nobody, I don't care if you're a genius. Why are you doing this? Because, man, this is my closure. Because she's trying to do it again. Because I should have been did it, but I was too ashamed to do it. I was wallowing in self-guilt. Remember when y'all see my face got all fat? Remember when you see me got all big, looking like, hold on, remember, look, because it turned me into this. Y'all remember? It turned me into that. That's why I'm doing it now. Because I had to make sure that I don't never become this again. And, I come from a background of eating big food. I come from a background, my mama I was the only child, so my mama used to placate me by letting me have anything I wanted. And a lot of the things I wanted at the time was food. When any food I wanted, she let me have. I wish she wouldn't have, now that I'm grown and see, damn, man, my mom and my grandma, they thought they was doing right for me. They really was doing bad for me. They really gave me things, or they really put things up in my life that I wasn't even supposed to have in my life, because they were supposed to tell me no. They were supposed to discipline me and tell me no. Oh, man, listen, my father never, ever spanked me, never, ever put his hands on me a day in his life. I wish he had. I wish he would have got in my face and said, "You BAN, sit your punk ass down before I sit your ass down before I beat you up." I wish my daddy would have told me that. I probably would have turned out different. I probably wouldn't have had to do 12 years in the penitentiary. I probably wouldn't have picked the wrong bras. I probably wouldn't have picked the wrong friends. I probably would have stayed out of certain people's faces if my parents would have said no to me. But being the person that I was, being the only child that I was, they try to placate me by giving me things, giving me things, giving me things, giving me things. Y'all, I believe my uncle sacrificed my grandma. Listen, look, remember, my claim to fame was when I went on Facebook and I exposed my blood relatives for sacrificing my mother and for sacrificing my Uncle Ricky at the pool party. See? My Uncle Ricky, Dominique, you don't be following me. Why you following me now? You ain't been telling me nothing then. Don't tell me nothing now. You walked away from the great grand holy mother. Don't tell me nothing now, bitch. Fuck wrong with you? Don't tell me nothing now. You wasn't present when all this happened. But I was present. And now she's trying to do it again. But guess what? I got the one up on her now because I got the voice to speak it. If you don't want to hear it, turn the station. But you walked away from the great grand holy mother. You can't tell me nothing. When the going got tough in your life, when the great grand holy mother came in your life and brought you trials and tribulations, you quit. So shut the F up, Dominique. Shut the F up. Because you got some cleaning up to do in your life. How about you get on the internet and tell people about the real about you? It's going to relieve some pressure up off your shoulders and make you stop using filters, young woman. Yeah, stop filtering your speech. Stop filtering your truth. And tell the world, the blood force, raw, honest truth like I'm about to do. Yeah, get out there and out your baby daddy and show them how your baby daddy is a deadbeat. Huh? Show them how the people close to you turn their back on you, but you don't want to do that. I'm gonna do it for you because I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna put it on Front Street, like I did when I first started. And when I first started, guess what, y'all? I exposed my blood relative, the same blood relatives who this past Christmas just tried to invite me and my newly built family into a funeral home for Christmas. Who invites you to a funeral home for Christmas and say, come on, bring your kids and bring your wife and bring your kids. Come on. And I go Google the address where they got, where they having the Christmas at, and it's a B&B at a funeral home. Yeah, I did 12 years in a Bing. I did 12 years in a Bing for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. It could have been I could have been convicted of murder, attempted murder, and armed robbery. But guess what? The great mother looked out for me. And I got found not guilty of those charges, but I did get found guilty of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. And they gave me 12 years for unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Yeah. I was in jail when Katrina hit, and it left us all to die and drown. That's me. That's me. They left us to die. They left us to drown when Katrina hit. If it wasn't for me psyching the inmates up and saying, bro, they're not going to come get us, bro. We got to break out of here. Guess what? Them dudes were going to sit there and die and let the water take them under. But luckily, you had somebody that got his collarbone broke when he was 5 years old. Luckily, you got somebody whose house got burned down because because the same person that broke my collarbone stalked my mama and burnt her house down by the time I was 9. Huh? Yeah. Luckily, you got somebody who mama died on Christmas Day when he was 16 years old. Luckily, you got somebody whose grandmother died on Super Bowl Sunday when he was 14 years old. Luckily, you got somebody whose best friend died a month before he came home from jail, and I couldn't even tell him thank you for all the money orders you sent because you overdosed. Luckily, you got somebody whose best friends, who he grew up with since he was 7 years old, try to unalive him and bury him in the backyard in a shallow grave. Luckily, you got somebody who stood 10 toes down and was able to survive all of the plots on his life, was able to survive all of the misdirections that his big homie sent him. He was able to survive all of the devil's plots in the devil's playground. And luckily, I made it into a master makers, a supreme high master makers. I'm sitting at the Illuminati table and I didn't get invited. I know they mad at me. I know they don't want to see me here. But guess what? It's not their choice. You see that behind me? You see who behind me? The goddess chose me. I'm goddess chosen. Yeah, y'all might be chosen by God, but big homie, I'm chosen by goddess. And the screen turned off as soon as I did that. The screen turned off as soon as I did that. I call that I call that what? What do they call that? Confirmation. I call that confirmation. And I, if you would have told me, if you would have, man, and guess what? My spirit guides, my angels, my invisible ones told me, don't marry that broad. Don't marry my baby mama. I didn't listen. You feel me? You said your uncle sacrificed your grandmother. I believe my father sacrificed my grandmother. I believe my father sacrificed my grandmother. Hold on, man. We're not about to play them games. Crazy TV. We're not about to play them games. Come down here, my wonderful assistant, and fix this crazy TV that and put Hathor back on my screen, because we're in the year of the goddess Hathor right now. And Hathor getting her shine on right now. Y'all might want to go look her up. That's where they get Thor from Hathor. Okay? So understanding what's going on. You feel me? So I met my children's mother. I got a lot of stories to tell, man. But I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it directed at what's going on right now. And the thing that's going on right now is, number one, it is my personal, like I told you, allegedly. That's why I say allegedly. It is. I don't have the concrete evidence. I don't have the video evidence. I didn't see her personally do it. I just put the pieces of the puzzle together, and it led me to this conclusion, because it's like deja vu, and she's trying to do it all over again in a different way. But this time, I got the ups on her. This time, I did for my son what I should have did for Emeraldgold. And what's that? I got the people involved. I got the courts involved. Let's bang the gavel. Shout out to the court system. Shout out to my aunt and the universal court system. Let's bang that gavel. Let's bang that gavel. Let's bang that gavel. Shout out to the court system that's letting me exercise my father parental rights. Okay? Because the judge and CPS gonna ask her, yeah, your last child died in your custody. How did that happen? Let her give her excuse. Yeah. Emeraldgold died in your custody. You brought me a lifeless baby and expected me to bring her back from the dead. Oh, no. We're going to talk about it, because I'm about it. I'm going to be about it. So, yeah, Dominique, bitch, Gemini, don't fucking tell me nothing. You walked away from the great mother. When the going got tough, your pussy ass got going. So don't tell me nothing. I'm going to do this and go run it and tell it from the hilltop. And I'm going to clip farm it, and whatever happens to it. But I got to tell this. So in 2019, while I was racks on racks, I met my baby's mother. And I did the fatal, and as a newly awakened person, as a newly awakened healer, I did the fatal mistake that all of us try to do when we wake up. And what's that? We try to help others and do more and want more for others than they do for themselves or want for themselves. See, that was my problem with you, Dominique, Gemini. I did more for you than you wanted to do for yourself. I should have never spent that much time helping you. I should have never spent that much time helping others. I should have spent all my time helping me, all my time building me, all my time focused on my self-improvement. And I guarantee you, none of the stuff that happened to me would have happened to me, and my timeline would have been different. But you know what? We just gonna keep riding strikers and keep on riding. The judge gonna put her down till she can't see the light again. This life left me heartless. Used to come from apartments. The money turned me to a target. Got a Hellcat dodging. I just hope you looking down on me. I hope you proud of me. Main reason why the nightmare you gotta ride with me. Especially because I got a little one. Especially because I got an OG. Whoo, man, you don't want me to, man, Roddy Ricch, sometimes I was Roddy Ricch with a soul and soul, dog. Goddamn, but we wouldn't have got the good music that we got from him before. So shout out to you, Roddy, for making it out that trenches you did. You seen they were trying to get your booty and you ain't make another hit since. You got out the box, even though they try to put you in one. But so I met her in 2019. She ain't have nothing. And see, that's the problem with us men. We'll take a woman that ain't got nothing, but a woman ain't gonna take a man that ain't got nothing. We'll take a woman that ain't got nothing and turn her into something. A woman ain't gonna, most women not gonna take a man that's nothing and turn him into something. It's impossible. You can't. Why? Because a man has to get it out of the mud. He was made and invented and created to till the soil. And if he's not a till the soil type of brother, he's not gonna value you. He's not going to value what you give to him, because a man doesn't respect what's given. He respects what he earned. So this is why I should have never did a lot of things for people that, didn't earn it themselves or didn't show that they was about it. So, when I met her, she was nothing. I turned her into something when I broke up with her, or when we broke up. She's back to nothing again. And guess what? Nothing from nothing leaves. Nothing. But certain patterns and ways are coming out. So let me do a little background. Boom. So I met her in 2019. It was a whirlwind. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family. Let me be, a naturalistic healing. Heal you, queen. Let me grand rising you, queen. Let me, hotep, motep, holiday in you, queen. When in actuality, that's not how it's supposed to go. But, when you turn a leaf over from being negative to positive, you say, well, let me give it a shot, because the people in the positive world can't be as treacherous and evil and wicked as the people in the negative world. It's probably more. It's probably more because the people in the positive world can smile in your face for a long time. See, the people in the negative world can only smile in your face for so long before that negativity come out. But to see the people in the positive world, they can smile in your face for a long, extended period of time. A long, extended period of time that they can fake it until they get what they want out you. And then that's when the evil come out. And they're like, whoa, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, real quick. So boom, 2019, I met her. It was a whirlwind. There were signs then when I met her that I was supposed to just cut her off. But, me being an old simp-ass brother, me being an old simp-ass nigga, you dig? I said, well, it's the positive world. Let me heal you. And get cured, all chakras activate. Let me activate your chakras. Let me know, queen, you ain't supposed to be lashing out. No, queen, you ain't supposed to be having outbursts. No, queen, you ain't supposed to be doing this. I'm calling her queen when she wasn't even a queen yet. See my mistakes? See my mistakes? No, I thought coming from that negative life, that the positive life was the exact opposite, when in actuality it's not. Coming from that negative life, I was supposed to take all of the things I learned from that negative life and apply it to positive goals and positive means, but still keep that street mentality, that street edge, and not lose it. But what happens is, like most people who get healed from all of that negative stuff, they say, ooh, finally I'm healed from all that negative stuff. Let me go hang around some square individuals. Let me go kick it with some square MFers. Let me go kick it with people who ain't got no rap sheets. Let me go kick it with people who ain't sold no coochie. Let me go kick it with people who ain't do no dirt to get by. And no, it's the same difference. The only difference is they ain't got no street experience. So they're easy to see through. They're easy to see through, but it's hard to see through a person who is a consistent believer in their own lives. I don't know I don't know the name for people who believe their own lives. There's a name for that. I forgot the name of it. For people who believe their own lives, who are able to psych themselves up to believe their own life. So boom, I met her, whirlwind romance. Boom, I met her in 2019. By the time 2020 hit, I was already in the homeless shelter. All my funds depleted and everything. Paying a lot of y'all don't even know that. A lot of y'all don't know. I was doing a lot of lives from libraries, a lot of lives from disclosed locations, people, houses, and things of that nature, because I was too, for lack of a better word, chicken shit, to cut off the parasite succubus that was draining my energy. Not only was I too chicken shit, but I was, too accommodating and too loving. I was too accommodating and I was too loving for it. So what happened? Like the same thing that happened to every other guy that doesn't do it. She drained me. She drains you of your energy. But the difference between me and the rest of y'all, I had great mother. I have great mother. I have magic. And so I always was able to just stand my ground to a certain degree. And the relationship only lasted, what, 4 years maybe? Before I just got completely sick and tired of her and cut her off. And as soon as I cut her off, my life went up trajectory. How did we break up? Because I told you I'm poly. And when I met her, I was already with a wife. And her and that wife got into it, and that wife did my first wife, she had did some messed up things. So I, cut her off. And so I cut her off and I let her, be I let my baby mama be the new wife. But lo and behold, years into the relationship, a new wife comes along, and she the same thing that my old wife did her, she did to the new wife that came along, and she got the same fate that the old wife got, because I don't play that. And so in 2021, August 17th, I convinced her to give a natural birth to my daughter, Emeraldgold, right? At 1:13 a.m., which is her birthday, January 13th, Capricorn. That's why I'll never, ever in a million years F with you Capricorn bitches. Call it what you want to call it. Call it what you want to call it. Say it what you want to say it. It's just not compatible with me. It's just not compatible with me. I think Capricorn and Aries. The only reason why I attract so many Capricorn and so much Capricorn energy, because I'm an Aries and I was born in the 10th house. I'm an Aries born in the 10th house. It's like I'm an Aries Capricorn. So I guess that's why I attract so much Capricorn energy. But 2021, she gave birth to my daughter, Emeraldgold. You feel me? And remember that movie, American Satan? King, you go look at the movie American Satan. The devil's name in the movie American Satan was Mr. Capricorn. This is why I keep on. Who is the landlord of Capricorn? Who is the planetary landlord of Capricorn? Saturn, aka Satan. These are all astrological facts. No cap. That's why they say no cap. No Capricorn. Capricorn women be capping. I didn't say that. I can mess with Capricorn dudes. Me and Capricorn dudes, we get along. Dwayne is a Capricorn, and his mama is an Aries, same birthday as mine. But Capricorn females be capping like a motherfucker. A mofo, bro. And that's the thing. I didn't realize how much she was capping until the rubber band popped me. So in 2021, we gave birth to Emeraldgold. I delivered Emeraldgold myself out of the womb, right? In Texas. How did I end up in Texas? Because me and Charleston White was on the phone having talks, and me and Charleston White was supposed to start a podcast. I said, all right, I'm about to come out there. Me and my old lady, we about to come out there to Texas, and we're gonna start a podcast. Woo. When I got out there, when I got out there to Texas, he ghosted me. And that's why he a bitch ass nigga, right? He ghosted me, act like he never knew me. And luckily I got money. So I was able to just bust up camp in Fort Worth, Texas. That's how that happened. That's how I ended up in Texas. But so boom, we have our baby, right? A lot of things, me being a first-time father, even though I was a stepfather to a lot of female children when I was coming up in the streets, this was my first time actually having my own real child of my own flesh and blood. And a lot of things, just looking back at it, man, a lot of first-time father mistakes I made that I would never, ever in a trillion years make right now, in a trillion years. One, letting my woman decide things in my relationship. They ain't gonna never happen in a trillion years. In a trillion years, can a female in this world decide how I move, walk, talk for the great grand holy mother of all divine? See? Just simple things. Giving her a voice to certain aspects of the relationship when she wasn't supposed to have a voice because she wasn't eligible, because she hasn't mastered certain things in life that I've mastered. I've mastered certain things in life. I was already chakra doctor when you met me. When you met me, you became Mrs. Chakra Doctor. Y'all remember Mrs. Chakra Doctor, don't you? For those who've been following me, y'all remember Mrs. Chakra Doctor? That's the baby mama. Okay, she became the baby mama because I un-Mrs. her behind out of my life. And now she's trying to do the same thing as she did to my son with Emerald Gold, but I stopped it in its tracks. And I'm realizing if I would have did this for Emerald Gold, and we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna show you the screenshots and everything. Yeah, you remember her, right? Well, that's the baby mama. So boom. Now this was a red flag that should have made me not even deal with her. But me and my ego said F that. And what was that? Her mom and her bloodline are, come from the church of Yahweh. But she the black sheep, quote unquote. So so at one end I was sympathizing, like, yeah, I'm the black sheep of my family, and they all part of the Soras and Freda. They're all part of the Illuminati, Freemasons, Eastern Stars, and all that stuff. But I'm the black sheep. I'm the eyeball. I am the one that didn't acclimate to the NPC programming, right? So I kind of felt that, and we kind of related on that level. Kind of related on a lot of levels, man. She was just hella on me. She was just on me. She was on me hard. And it was like, all right, let me not think with my old mind. Let me think with this new mind and give people the benefit of the doubt. No, don't give people the benefit of the doubt. They're guilty until proven innocent. If they can't prove that they're innocent, if they can't prove and that they walk like they talk, don't keep them far from around you. Don't give potential a chance. Give people who tapped into their potential and turned their potential into something a chance. Don't give potential. I don't care for how much potential you think they got. Don't give potential a chance. Give the people who tapped into their potential and turned it into something a chance. That's the only people you give a chance to. So, I'm trying to hurry up and paraphrase so I don't get caught into the minuscule details and we get to the meat and potatoes. So in Texas, you feel me? And then that's another thing. Me being poly, I just try to invite other chicks into the relationship. And she had a tendency or had a way of always, like, her attitude always ran them off, or her energy, should I say, not attitude, but her energy always ran them off. And I should have cut her then and be like, no, man, you running all the bras off. Bye. Right. But that's why if you're doing this poly thing, don't never let your broad decide who your next broad gonna be. Don't never let your wife decide who your next wife gonna be, my nigga. And you ain't got, and they listen, and the wives ain't gotta live happily ever after, my nigga. You can have a wife in this house over there, you can have a wife in that house over there, you can have a wife living with you, you can do it however it fits your budget, do it however it fits your temperament, do it however it fits your personality, your character, and your bandwidth, my brother. Don't ever let no female dictate how you gonna be a king, a god, a man on this earth managing multiple females. Don't ever let the female decide that. If she's trying to decide that, nip tuck, get another one. Nip tuck, get another one. I don't care if you got a baby with her. I don't care if y'all got a history. I don't care if you love her. I don't care if she sucked you off real good. I don't care if she F you like. I don't care if she sex you like it ain't nobody business. If she's showing signs of, I can't come up with this broad, cut her. Get another one until you find the right one. That's why they got plenty of fish in the sea. See, you could do that, but a female can't do that. They ain't got plenty of stand-up real niggas in the sea. As a matter of fact, they didn't capture all them or put them on the grill. They didn't capture all those fish or put them on the grill. They either in the fish tank for decoration or they're on the grill inside a person's digestive system. If you get what I'm saying, if you follow me. So boom. So we have Emerald Gold. Things. I can't never really say things go good with Capricorn. Capricorns are probably the most pessimistic sign of the zodiac, male or female. They some pessimistic MFers, and they always got stuff going wrong with they always getting ailments. But that's Saturn. Saturn is the god of ailments. Saturn is the god of disease. Saturn is the god of negativity. You name it. All of the negative traits that people experience in life are embodied in Capricorns. Just go befriend one for a while and see what I'm talking about. Go kick it with one and become friends with one for a while and see how much negativity they bring into your life. Capricorns bring natural negativity into your life, period. There's no way you're going to say, oh, I've never in a million years, and I've met at least over 20 Capricorns. I've never met one Capricorn that was just natural, upbeat, and positive. You're not going to see that with no Saturn, boy. It's not going to happen. It's not going to. Even the ones that act like they upbeat and positive, when you get behind closed doors with them, you see how they really act in real life. The mask come off, and you see, and the mask come off, and the DEVIL shows. Period, bro. Inconsistency is their nature, but they are persistent in whatever they hold a grudge against. Ain't that something? Whatever they're negative about, they're consistent in that. But when it comes to positivity and coming up and getting to this bag, it's gonna be wishy-washy, Wayne. He's gonna be, Lil Wayne in this thing. So as we progress in raising my daughter, you know what I mean? Me and her are getting in, like arguments. You know what I mean? Arguments about things that I don't even argue about, bro. Like certain things I don't even argue about because it's too petty for my universe. I don't even want to occupy my mind with the pettiness of it because it's going to take time away from me focusing on my ascension into abundance. My ex-captain, I can see the pessimism. It's a tough balance being with one. Ain't no balance being with one. The pessimism is going to outweigh the optimism. You could be the most optimistic person in the world. A Capricorn is going to make sure they find a way to turn your optimism into their pessimism. If a Capricorn ain't happy, they're going to make sure everybody around them ain't happy. If a Capricorn ain't getting money, they're going to make sure everybody around them not getting no money. If a Capricorn ain't feel like they ain't getting a fair just due, they're going to feel like everybody around them not getting a fair just due. This is just the naturalness of the natural sign of Capricorn. Go ask anybody who know Capricorn. They can tell you I'm not lying. Go ask any Capricorn. They're going to tell you. No, he ain't lying. That's how he is for real. Yeah, I don't want nothing like that in my ascension to abundance. That blocks abundance. That blocks money. That stops the natural flow of the goddess flow. This is why Saturn is in control of Capricorn. Aquarius is too, but Aquarius can be a little bit more upbeat with the Uranus clause, with the Uranus planet with them. But they're some pessimists too. They're just a little bit more optimist. They're a little bit more optimistic than Capricorns. But Capricorns and Aquarius, the two most pessimistic signs on the zodiac. You can't tell me no different. You can't tell me that Capricorns and Aquarius aren't the two most pessimistic signs on the zodiac. Why? And why you say that, Chakra? Because Saturn is the planet that governs the two signs. And the most pessimistic planet, the most pessimistic celestial body of all of the celestial bodies is Saturn. It's just plain simple astrological mathematics. But stupid me, I tried to go against the grain and say, well, no, maybe there is a Capricorn out here who can be positive. Psych! Lies. That's deep, Doc. My ex before was an Aquarius. What am I doing wrong? You're not studying your natal chart. You're not studying your natal chart. My dad was an Aquarius. Some of my best friends were Aquariuses. Aquariuses are airheads. Well, a lot of people are airheads today because everybody been dumbed down. I can't just say Aquarius. You can see a whole bunch of people that are airheads today simply because the dumbing down of society has worked. So, me and my baby's mother, my baby was born in August 2021. Boom. In 2022, we moved out of Fort Worth and we moved to Houston. While I'm in Houston, doing my thing. Y'all remember I was doing my thing. If you don't remember, go check the timeline on my YouTube. Check the timeline on my YouTube. And, my baby's mother has this thing where every new moon, I call her Lilith, right? I call her Lilith, and she calls me Lucifer. She used to call me Lucifer, and I used to call her Lilith, right? And Lilith has this thing where every new moon, she goes batshit crazy for some reason. Every full moon, she goes mentally unstable for some reason. Every new moon, and I was like, why every new moon and every full moon, you go crazy. And then I remember, that's the Saturn moon matrix. Lilith is the dark moon. You are You are a representation of Saturn, Capricorn, and that new moon and that full moon. Go check it out. Start doing the pattern recognition on your Aquarius people and your Capricorn people, and watch how on new moons or around new moons and full moons or around full moons, they start doing extra, acting extra, becoming depressed, anxious, doing too much, the pessimism spikes. The pessimism is at a steady kill during the last quarter and a half moons. But when the new moons and the full moons hit, Capricorn's pessimism spikes. Aquarius, pessimism spikes. Cancer, pessimism or spikes. But cancers are way more cooler to deal with than damn Capricorn or Aquarius. Cancer, I'd rather take a Cancer's mood swings any day over Capricorn, Aquarius pessimism. So boom. So the baby was born in 21. Y'all can go check the Carfax on that on the timeline. You see the date, right? Then, in 2022, moved to Houston. In the beginning of 2022, moved to Houston. In the middle, around the middle of 2022, when my daughter just turned 1 year old at the 12th month, the argument between us got into a space where, she was like, I'm leaving. I'm going by my mom. I'm not dealing with you, and I'm taking my baby. At first, I should have did then what I did now. I said, no, you're not taking my baby, and went to the Texas Superior Court Clerk of Court office and filed a petition to keep my child in my custody and file for full custody, sole legal full custody of my daughter. I should have did that then. If I had the wherewithal that I had now, then I would have did it. But I sure did it. What's up with Libras? Libras, y'all too conniving and sneaky, and y'all lie too damn much. That's what's up with Libras. Y'all too sneaky and conniving, and y'all lie too damn much. Y'all some of the biggest liars on the zodiac, it's not because you just this evil, let me do this evil, but no, Lil Wayne is an evil motherfucker. Eminem is an evil motherfucker. Y'all want to people please too much, and that people pleasing, y'all gotta lie in order to please everybody. Y'all try to please everybody, and y'all gotta lie to do that. You gotta connive to do that. You gotta be sneaky to please everybody. Your counterpart on the zodiac, Aries, is the exact opposite. You know what I mean? They ain't about to do all that sneaky line conniving stuff to please everybody. Now, an Aries will do necessary lies to make sure to keep the peace within themselves. They see that if they know that bringing you the truth is going to do nothing for them or you, they'll just lie to you. They'll just, Aries will just be like, oh, nah, yeah, you got it, girl. Go ahead, girl. And do the Trump dance with you. You got it. You got it. You got it. Crazy. I already told her she ain't got it, but she want to insist that she got it. Okay. I already told him he ain't got it, but he want to act like he do got it. Okay. Go ahead. That's what an Aries will do. But Libra, y'all will be like, you got it. You got it. You got it. Go, queen. Go, queen. And then when they turn their back, he ain't got it. And then they turn it back to you. Huh? I was just playing with you. You do got it. That's Libra. You know what I mean? You gotta really pee. You gotta really pee off a Libra in order for them to tell the truth. So at the 12th month, when my daughter turned year old, she the argument got so much to where she was like, I'm about to take my daughter and move to Ohio. Now remember, her mom has a Church of Yahweh background. Right before that, I had seen the movie, a TV show on Netflix called The Devil Lives in Ohio. And that's where she's from. The Nasty Natty, Cincinnati. So I should have seen that when they called Cincinnati the Nasty Natty. I should have seen it then. Like, I don't want no Nasty Natty broads. I don't want, man, broads from Ohio can't, man, listen. So I asked the broad, where you from? Ohio. Gosh! Hit her with the bing, bow. Hit her with the pound, bow. You feel me? Nothing against Ohio, but think about it. It's called O-H. O flipped it backwards is Ohio. Hi, hi, ho. Okay, my bad, my bad. I should have put those pieces of the puzzle together, right? So boom, and I started to be like, man, you ain't taking my daughter, da 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 da. But I was like, you know what? Your mama live out there. We could take a break from each other. See what each other really want. This, that, and the third. Go ahead, go on out to Ohio by your mom. I shouldn't have never did that, y'all. So I know Adrian Broner's friend, whose baby mama and the baby just died, and he was like, man, I should have never came out here with Adrian and all that. I understand. I should have never let her go out there to Ohio because that was the last time I seen my Emeraldgold alive. So boom, at the 12th month, she goes to Ohio. Boom, at the 13th month, we having talks of making up. 14th month, we done made up. Okay, I'm about to come to Ohio. It's October, man. Well, when you coming to Ohio, I'm coming. I'm gonna come to Ohio on October 30th so that I can take my daughter to her first trick or treat with her daddy. Right? And boom, that's the plan. I'm about to come to Ohio on October 30th. Go lay up there, see my baby. I haven't seen my baby in 2 months. Haven't seen my baby in 2 months. You feel me? Nah, bro, you did it right. You can't stop people. Yeah, nah, I did it wrong because I'm stopping her now. I could have said I could have called the police and said she's trying to take my daughter to another state and I want a restraining order. She's trying to take my daughter to another state and I want to bring this to the court of law. That's what I should have did as with my rights as a dad. As your rights as a dad, can't no mother, no baby mama take your child out of the state without your permission. And you can go to the clerk of court and file a petition to joint custody and a parenting plan agreement. You can do that in any state you're in. But a lot of dudes are afraid to bring the broad to court, are afraid to call the police on the broad. Not me. I'm not about to put my hands on y'all. Definitely not about to go to jail, even though she's lied on multiple occasions, like I did some type of domestic violence stuff toward her, but she's never called the police. But she only brings it up when she's trying to make herself look good in front of the court and the judge that I got her in right now. Because I got her in a pickle right now because she's trying to do the same thing. Wait a minute. I don't want spoiler alert. Wait a minute. So boom, she takes my child to Ohio. When she takes my child to Ohio, man, don't leave your child with your mama by herself because you know your mama with the Church of Yahweh and I don't trust your mama. Okay, we both got that stance. Don't leave the child with your mama by herself because we don't trust your mama because your mama with the Church of Yahweh. Okay, boom. Fast forward. Remember, I'm FaceTiming my baby the whole time while I'm not in her presence. I FaceTime her every other day. Baby getting big every other day. My baby getting bigger and bigger. Boom. For my baby 14 months, I go fly to Ohio on a midnight. On a night flight. I arrive in Ohio from Texas at midnight. Right, meaning it's midnight on October 31st. It's October 30th midnight, which is really October 31st. Right, but remember the real day don't start until 4 a.m. That's called, and from midnight to 4. That's the what? That's the witching hours. That's why they call that the witching hours. Remember that, y'all. From even though it might be midnight, even though it might be the 30th, and on midnight it turns to the 31st, it's not officially the 31st until 4 a.m., which is what the witching hours between 12 to 3, and then from 3 to 4, that's the okay, it's about to be the new day, or they call it the dawn. And that 4 represents who? Yahweh. So boom, I arrived there on the midnight. She picked me up from the airport in her mother's car. And and we're driving around and we're talking and we're hashing it out while we're driving around. Look at the thing. Look what I should have did as soon as I got to the airport. Let's go get my baby. She need to be in my presence at all times. Screw that. I need my baby. I didn't do that. I said, well, my baby sleep. I'll see you in the morning. Daddy will wake up in the morning. Boom. So we ride around to about 3 a.m., 3:30, almost 4 o'clock in the morning. She dropped me off at the Airbnb that I had purchased. I get maybe 4.5, 5 hours of sleep. 4.5, 5 hours of sleep. I'm calling I call her. I'm like, yeah, bring my baby to me. I can't wait for her to see daddy. Bring her to me. Bring my baby to me. I can't wait to see. She like, all right, I'm making her something to eat. I'm making her something to eat. I'm getting her prepared, and I'm about to bring, and me and her about to come to you. Remember, I'm about to set up shop in Ohio. I'm about to live in Ohio. I'm about to be a native person in Ohio to be with my child's mother and my daughter. And so, boom, at around 9:00 in the morning, this was that I called her and told her, she said they'll be on their way. They'll be there in less than 30 minutes. Boom. At about 9:45, I get a call from her and said, something wrong with the baby. Something wrong with the baby. What you mean something wrong with the baby? I don't know. I'm about to bring her to you. That's the phone call I get. She brings me the baby. When she brings me the baby, my baby is already lifeless. Like they drugged her. She shallow breathing. And she lifeless, like they already had, like they slipped her a Mickey, or like something, like she got hit with a hot shot, or something happened to her, bro. It wouldn't. Babies just don't wake up incoherent. She wasn't coherent. She wasn't crying, like how baby, when something wrong with a baby, they're just gonna cry nonstop until you stop what's wrong with them. No, she was literally out of it, like she'd been drugged. I'm spooky. I'm like, why the first and foremost, I'm like, why you brought her to me? Dang. She like, girl, I brought her to you because you're a daddy. What to do? Bring her to the hospital. She act like she from Ohio, act like she don't know where the hospital at. She just driving around in circles, acting like she panic button. That's the one thing about dealing with them light-skinned broads and them white girls. Them light-skinned broads and them white girls, and them, you know what I'm talking about? They start freezing and panicking under pressure and start getting amnesia, acting like they don't know what to do because they're panicking. Oh my God. Right? And her mother texts like, why did you leave the house? Mother texts her like, why did you leave the house so abruptly with the baby? Is something wrong? And her mama, and she texts her mama texts her that. And then her mama texts, well, if something wrong, you need to bring her to the hospital immediately. Why would you automatically assume something wrong with the baby because she left the house early with the baby? These are all things I'm happening in my brain. So long story short, we bring the baby to the hospital. The baby didn't make it. I watched my baby. She did not do what black mothers do when children die. What do black mothers do when children die, y'all? Put it in the chat. In the chat right now. What do black mothers do, especially a black first-time mother, if her child just died of unknown causes in the hospital on Halloween morning? What do black mothers do? Can y'all put it in the chat? All types of dirt, I mean. Nah, that don't happen to all type of women, nigga. We gonna get into it. That don't first time mothers babies don't die. First time mothers baby don't die from incoherent mysterious causes. Nah. Miss me with that bull crap. Because there's something called pattern of behavior. And we're gonna see. We're gonna test your theory, the real one. We're gonna test your theory, the real one, after we present the evidence. They break down and cry, Emily Carter said. Who else? Emily Carter said they break down and cry. Correct. They break down and they cry. And they go hysterical. Oh, no, my baby. She didn't do that. She didn't do that. She was hysterical, acting hysterical. When the baby was incoherent, when the baby died, she didn't break down and cry. Oh, no. All she did was look like an NPC, get angry and hysterical, look like an NPC. She looked like an NPC, just looking at the baby like she was like code activating the baby, like on something. Not a tear. Not a tear. You know? And every time they try to ask us what happened, she always try to say, I didn't have nothing to do with it. I don't know what happened. That's the first thing she said. I didn't have nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with what? But you know me, being sympathetic like y'all is, that happens to a lot of mothers, simping for the female instead of guilty until proven innocent. I did the same thing y'all would do. Benefit of the doubt. I'm the one hysterical. I'm the one crying. I'm the one that broke down. I'm the one that's What? My baby gone, nigga. Right? So, just like y'all did, I gave her the benefit of the doubt, man. And I'm like, man, this is how I mastered necromancy. Believe it or not, when my baby died, you don't even know that the birth of my baby was actually me mastering necromancy, because the birth of my baby was actually my mama who died reborn. That's what they tell you. Your ancestors are reborn through your line. You can actually do that. So my mother got reborn through the line through Emeraldgold. When Emeraldgold died, I said, oh no, I need a do-over. And I did some hellified necromancy, I did some hellified communications. This is how me and Santa Muerte got so close. Me and Santa Muerte got so close because she was the main goddess that helped me bring my baby back. And we did a whole ritual. I'm going to get to that part. We did a whole ritual, bro. Me, my baby mama, and my current wife, we did a whole ritual to make sure the Emeraldgold get reborn. But Santa Muerte told me she's gonna be born Emeraldgold gonna give birth as two. And Lilith, aka my baby mama, is not gonna be able to have the girl because she lost the girl. And Lilith is gonna have the boy version. And my wife Naama, she's gonna have the girl version. And sure enough, as shit stank, it happened just the way Santa Muerte said it. And I gave birth to a baby boy. And 53 days later, 5 + 3 is 8, the eternal loop. 53 days later, I gave birth to a baby girl. But wait a minute. Want to give a woman equals to wanting to give a woman a soft life. Yeah, wanting to give a woman a soft life. Women are supposed to have soft life if they got the soft personality, the soft characteristics to go with the soft life. But women who don't have soft characteristics don't deserve a soft life because you don't have the characteristics to accommodate a soft life. So you'll ruin the soft life with your hard characteristics, period. Right? So boom, my baby Emeraldgold died, man. I didn't do all that funeral stuff. I cremated her. I told you, she's in the urn on my altar. So I blamed her mama. She blamed her mama. Her mama was the last person with her. Baby died but baby died in y'all custody. Baby died in y'all custody. Baby died in y'all custody, not mine. You brought me a lifeless baby. If I was there, the baby would have never, ever passed away like that. I promise you. This is why y'all need to be fathers to y'all children and don't trust y'all children in the care of these single mothers. Because guess what? They might want the best. They might hope for the best. They might look for the best. They might even do their best. But a child is not going to be fully raised properly unless their father is there to protect, serve, maintain, sustain, and provide for them. Period. Exercise your fatherly rights. Our Father who art in heaven. You need to exercise that right. You see this on my DAD, the toughest job in the world. Bro, it's the toughest job in the world, but somebody got to do it. It's the toughest job in the world, but somebody got to do it. So boom. Fast forward. She has, I told you I did a spell to bring my babies back, believe it or not. Let's just say I didn't do a spell to bring my baby back. I had a baby boy for her that looked just like Emeraldgold with my baby mama, and I had a baby girl 53 days later. Boom. Right? My beautiful baby girl, my beautiful baby boy are 2 years old, 2 and 2. Right? Lilith, my baby mama, got 222 tatted on her. I always wonder, like, what's up with that 222 stuff? Right? So boom, fast forward. Her, my baby mama, and my wife get into it while I'm not at home, might I add. And guess who called the police and got put everybody in jail? My baby mama. My baby mama called the police, got both of them put in jail, but she was pregnant at the time, and she cried her way out. And, oh, don't bring me to jail, I'm pregnant. And so they gave her a citation, and she cried her way out of the actual jail time. My wife went to jail for 6 to 8 hours, got out on a sign, recognizance sign, and that's how me and my wife, which is now my baby mama and ex-wife, broke up. Because that was the breakup incident. The night before that, my wife asked me, what do you really want? I'm talking about my wife now. What do you really want? I said, man, I just want this bitch up out my life. For real. The next day we broke up. That's how fast wishes come true. Boom. A week later, she finds a man, and her and that man become a thing. And her and I always found that weird that a week later you find a dude and this dude is fucking on you while you're pregnant for my child. I always found that borderline P3DO. I always found that borderline PDF file. I always found that borderline, right? So I don't got no respect for no nigga like that, fucking on my baby like that. I don't got that. I wouldn't do it. So I'm not. I'm gonna hold myself to my own standards. I ain't. You feel me? And he's just a me clone. He is a nigga. He is the he is the ratchet, ugly, skinny beta male version of me. You feel me? The ratchet ew, that's gross. Chloe Entertainment say no shame. Oh, man, you see that girl on Twitter? They got this white girl on Twitter. She did a whole gangbang. Telling you that's that's PDF files. That's assaults on children. That should be illegal to do that. And so, she met this dude. Boom. He is a clone of me, a weak beta male clone version of me. Okay, why? Because he Aries like me. He had similar characteristics of looks. Not similar characteristics of character, but similar characteristics of looks. Character, he don't have my character. Why? Because my character would never let her do the stuff that she's doing me. Never, like the stuff that she did me, or the stuff that she's doing him. Apologies. The stuff that she's doing him, I would never let her do that to me. And that's what me and her always bumped heads. The stuff that she's doing him, she always wanted me to be that person and me to be that weak, and I never would be that weak for any female on the face of the planet. Why? Because you know what my mama taught me when I was coming up? My mama taught me and said this, excuse my French, but if the don't do for you what I do for you, then she don't need to be with you. I need to say, damn, mama, what you do for me? She said, that's it, Negro. Name one thing outside of sex that I don't do for you. I couldn't name none. My mama did everything for me and do everything for me. Outside of that incest, my mama did everything for me. And she said, yeah, I'll say it again. If she don't do for you what I do for you, then she don't need to be with you. Period. You feel me? So boom. Fast forward. Because I remember I moved there. So when Emeraldgold died, 2022, I moved to Atlanta. Boom, and I've been in Atlanta ever since. So that's why y'all want to rerun why I moved to Atlanta. I moved to Atlanta because my baby had died, and I wanted to get away from all that energy and start fresh and start anew and build me my own family and build me a new family. You feel me? And so that's what I did, man. I added another wife onto the fray, and we started to build a family. But like I told you before, Lilith, my baby mama, she ruined that by getting into it with my wife, and she had to get booted about her relationship, being too pessimistic, being too Capricorn pessimistic. The Capricorn pessimism, I had to kick her about the crib. I had to not kick her. She left. I didn't kick her and like, bitch, get out. I didn't do that. She left and was like, it's either gonna be me or it's gonna be her. Bye. It's her. Why? Better temperament. Don't get on my nerves like that. Everybody has their flaws, but way pleasant. It's way more pleasant experience with my wife than what it was her as my wife. Way more pleasant. And so, boom, that's how that happened. Now, here we go to me. He'll go to crazy part. Dang, I'm gonna have to put a mic out and talk in a minute. I'm gonna have to put a mic out and come bring me a charger so I can charge everything. Come bring me a charger so I can charge everything because my battery about to run out. So boom. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go get a charger real quick. That way I don't this live don't cut out because I'm about to get into the big part, and I ain't getting to the big part yet. And that give me a chance to plug up this microphone. I mean, plug up this whatchamacallem and all that good stuff. So check out the commercial break.
Superfood, bitch! You are what you eat! You think what you drink!
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Can y'all still hear me? Testing 1 2. I'm about to do a testing 1 2, and let me know if y'all can hear me. Testing, 1, 2. Can y'all still hear me? Testing, 1, 2. Can you still hear me? I ain't gonna keep going until y'all tell me y'all can hear me. Testing, 1, 2. Loud and clear, loud and clear. All right. So I had to plug the thing up. So let me. We about to get into the big part now. So let me we about to get into the big part now. So let me whatchamacallit. Let me hit y'all with this and hit y'all with this 1 or 2 minutes and we about to get into the big part.
When I beat you on power rule, you going to bed, nigga. That's gonna teach you to respect real niggas.
Don't get tucked in. Pussy.
Bitch, I got money now.
The Black Cube Codex, Saturn exposed, sovereignty restored, Chakra, Doctor, XYZ. You're watching High Megas Supreme. Comment, follow, share, save, like, subscribe, get notified. Fictional entertainment content. The themes, characters, interpretations, and narratives presented are artistic and fictional in nature. Please do not take this seriously. Gemini, money algorithms. Double the money into your life today. Chakra Doctor XYZ.
I told you we'd be deathless. We just need new shells from time to time. And plenty of souls to eat.
It's just the law. Black people are slaves and white people own them. That's just the way it is. I know. Just don't understand.
Boom. Dwayne can't be here for this one. This is about my life. I don't know if Dwayne baby mama sacrificed his baby, but Dwayne can't be here for this one because I'm talking about how my baby mama sacrificed my baby, allegedly. My personal belief, my personal opinion for entertainment purposes only. So, where was I? Anybody remember where was I? Where was I? All right, so I moved to Atlanta. Yeah, we had my son and my daughter. Boom. So boom. Here we go. I remember now. So boom. When she split, so me and her split up. When she left the relationship, we was in a throuple. We was a throuple. We was a 3-way couple living in the same crib. Ooh. So when she left the throuple and went on to her own endeavor, she met a dude. Dude was a weak beta male version clone of me. Like I told you, I never respected the dude because he was feeding my baby, bro. Like, nigga, like, that's what we doing? Okay, boom. All right. So I always just felt like this not the behavior of a person that just lost a daughter with me. You know what I mean? Like the behavior that she's doing, I'm about to run away and take your son now. Like, wait a minute, when you fled and took my daughter ended up unalive. Now you trying to take my son away from me. So immediately I got the court involved in this divorce. I ain't let nothing slide. I got the court involved in the divorce. And me with my futuristic thinking, I had stipulations within the parenting plan that couldn't be augmented for the safety of me and my child. I had certain things implemented into the parenting plan because in the back of my brain, in the back of my mind, I always kept the idea open that what if she did do something to Emeraldgold? And guess what? Coming back, let me give you one thing that let me know that started to connect the dots for me. 2 weeks before Emeraldgold's passing, 2 weeks before I arrived in Ohio to take my daughter trick-or-treating, and remember, they brought my daughter dead to me on Halloween. The Church of Yahweh brought me my daughter dead on Halloween. Yahweh, the baby killer, you talking about? Yahweh, a.k.a. Saturn's alter ego, you talking about? Yes, the Church of Yahweh, right? So that one, so she sent me, so 2 weeks before my daughter's passing, she sent me a video on Instagram. And the video was of this mother who got arrested because she was intentionally poisoning her child to keep her child in the hospital, to keep her child in the hospital so that she could play victim and be a victim. That's the day of Lilith as well. The day of Lilith is Halloween. So the day of Lilith, so my daughter died on Halloween. They brought me a lifeless baby on Halloween. To traumatize me, I'm pretty sure, of course, because they know my mama dead, my daddy died. all of that good stuff. I know I know they probably, feel, or know that to some things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So 2 weeks before my daughter passed, she sent me a viral video of a mother that poisoned and unalived her child. And remember, I told you when she brought me my child was lifeless, like she had been poisoned. They did, and then look, her mama worked for the IRS, so she plugged into the people. Her mama, one of the top people at the IRS, so she plugged into the people. They did. The coroner called me, and the coroner people called me and told me, "Oh, we did 300 tests on your baby, and we still can't find why your baby died." You lying? You lying? 300 tests exactly? Okay, all right, I believe you. Wink, wink. But remember, I did 12 years in the penitentiary, and the one thing the penitentiary taught me was what? The virtue of patience. If you keep paying attention to the patterns, you're going to see the character of the situation. So that's what I did. I bought my time, and I waited. All right. I said, you all right. I said, you escaped with my son. That's cool. But guess what? You're not leaving the state with my son. You're not leaving Fulton County with my son. Why? Because we got the people involved in our divorce. And in the divorce agreement, we came to a parenting plan. The first clause on the parenting plan was, I'm not paying no child support. Why? Because I already pay for everything anyway. So we agreed to no child support because I already paid everything anyway. Right? Even though we agreed to no child support, I still paid child support. See? Still paid it. Right? Boom. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to be the sole transportation provider of the child. I'm going to be daddy daycare, meaning on the days that the child on a day that the child visits me, I'm going to pick him up from the mother's house and drop him off to the mother's house. I put this in the agreement for a reason, in case anything like that's happening right now come up. I also put into the agreement 30 days prior to moving to a different address, each parent has to know, let either parent know the address where you're moving to, so that transportation and all documents and all things and all transparency can be evident within the parenting plan of the two co-parents, right? So that means if you move somewhere, you got to let me know, hey, look, I'm moving to this address 30 days in 30 days. Or I'm moving to this address in 90 days. I'm moving to this address in 60 days. You got to give me the address so that why, and why? Because I'm the sole transportation provider, and the stipulation said I must drop the child. Section J of my clause says I am the transportation shall be provided by the father solely, and the drop-off point and the pickup point shall be at the mother's home. I put that in there for a reason, because I didn't trust you. I didn't trust you, you little low down dirty shame. And that's why I put it in the clause. And guess what? That's why I put it in the parenting plan. And it has literally saved my entire argument. Wait a minute, we about to get into it. So boom. A lot of aspects of the way that she raised my child, I didn't like it. A lot of the ways of the aspects that she raised my child, I didn't like it. But you know what? That's my son. I can see him. I ain't got to worry about her. He gonna know the difference between the two parenting styles. He's gonna know the difference between the two parenting environments. He's gonna know the difference between the two parenting loves. Okay. So we got divorced in 2023. Our divorce was finalized in 2024. Right. So 2025, happens. So during the 2023, 2024, and 2025 time, more than 5 occasions, she called me to come and get my son from out of the negative environment of her and her boyfriend arguing. One time I went to one because she and listen, 2023, 2024, 2025, and now, go bring Sosa out to use the bathroom. Go bring Sosa out to use the bathroom, please. If you can hear me, tell Mason or tell somebody to go bring Sosa out to use the bathroom for me, please. I appreciate that. So the number one thing that in 2023, 2024, and 2025, all combined, all compound, on more than 5 occasions, on more than 5 occasions. Yeah, just open the sliding door at the bottom. He gonna go right out there because he gotta go use it anyway. So go use the bathroom. Go ahead. Go use the bathroom. You gotta go use the bathroom. All right, there you go. So boom. So multiple times she called me to remove my child from the environment because the arguments had gotten too strong. One time I arrived, it was broken glass, mirrors everywhere, shoes, belongings thrown. It looked like a hurricane had hit the house. And what was that? Because they was throwing things and pitching things at each other in my son's presence. My son at that time, he might have been between 6 and 8 months. Right. So I'm just giving you a win. I'm just giving you same pattern that she tried to do with me. She did it on him though. Right. So boom. So multiple times I have to remove my son from violent situation between you and him. All right. I started getting tired of that. I said, next time y'all do this, the next time y'all had this type of environment and try to pull me into it and call me into it, I'm calling Child Protective Services to get sole custody of my son. I'm calling the court to get sole custody of my son. That's how that's gonna go. Boom. All right. So I don't believe that the argument stopped. I just believe that she stopped telling me and kept it to herself and kept it in between her relationship. But nevertheless, I don't think the behavior stopped. Why don't I think the behavior stopped? Let's forward it to 2026. In 2026, let's forward to 2025 first. In 2025, on my son's first birthday, she just hell bent on saying, hey, look, I want to take my son to get swimming lessons. I used to always say, why do you want to take my son to get swimming lessons and you don't even know how to swim? If you take my son to get swimming lessons, I'm going to be there. If I'm not there, you better not take my son to get swimming lessons. And I told her, if anything bad happened to my son like Emeraldgold, I'm blaming you, and it ain't going to be no crying about it. It's going to be eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and you're not going to live up on this earth if something happened to my child. And whatever happened after that, going to happen after that. That's what I told her. On multiple occasions, she tried to argue with me. I said, look, girl, you still in hot water because I still believe that you had something to do with the passing of my daughter. I just can't prove it. Concretely. Why? Because you got them people on your side. You got the Illuminati on your side. Okay. So boom. 2026. Let's fast forward to 2026. Now remember, she stay in apartments, run down apartments too. Look like the projects. Gated community, got police officers, security guards in there to make sure no motherfucking crime happening. Got niggas shooting guns in the distance. And on the next streets over, you can hear boom, boom, gunshots. You can see people slamming the door. All this type of stuff going on around her apartment complex. Keep in mind, might I add you, right? So boom. With all that being said, I'm still keeping my cool. I'm still being patient. That's not nothing concrete to take no child away from its mother. Ain't nothing. But in 2025, her first, let me see if I can find it. In 2025, she started to say stuff like this. This was started getting me worried and said, oh no, she be sacrificing my baby. So wait a minute, let's get into the parenting plan real quick. Boom. Section G of the transportation agreement. Visitation, the place of meeting for the exchange of the children shall be mother's home. The father will be responsible for transportation of the child at the beginning of visitation. The father will be responsible for the transportation of the child at the conclusion of the visitation. Don't worry about transportation costs. I got all that. You see the initials at the bottom, our initials at the bottom. Let me tell you, if I take the ticker off, you can see the initials at the bottom. Left, mother's initials, right, father's initials. This all electronic. This was all electronic. Okay, this is an electronic agreement that I got printed. All right. So boom. So section G of the parenting agreement says that I am the sole. I am the transportation. Transportation shall be provided by yours truly. I shall provide the transportation. Wait a minute. This is the original court order in the agreement of the divorce. Provision. Each parent shall promptly notify the other parent of a change of address, phone number, or cell phone number. A parent changing residence must give at the least 30 days notice of the change and provide the full address of the new residence. I'm setting it up. Here we go. This is why I think she's trying to do something crazy. And I already told you how I feel about Emeraldgold. I feel like she has something to do with that. Ready? Boom. You ready? During the summer vacation months, based on the children's school schedule, if they're school age, but my child is not school age. So, right, the day-to-day scheduling agreements shall be what? She have 1 week and I have 1 full week. She never abided by that. She never abided by that. I used to always, why you don't want me to have a full week with my son? She always try to hinder me and my son's relationship in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion. Either her poverty circumstances hinders it, either her negative, bitter, pessimistic frame of looking at things hinder it. There's always some type of hindrance by her with me in the relationship with my child. And one day she told me, if I had my way, you would not see your son. This is what she told me, personally out of her own mouth. I never forgot that. I logged that into my memory banks. Okay, you don't want me to have a relationship with my son. I get it. You a bitter baby mama. I get it. Okay? So as, 2025, she called me one day. At the end of 2025, like around Christmas. No, I ain't gonna say Christmas. Around Halloween, Thanksgiving. She called and said she don't like it in Atlanta. She hated Atlanta. She wants to move out of the country. She hated America. She hates Trump. She thinks that Donald Trump is Elvis Presley in disguise. Not knowing that Elvis Presley got 30 whole years on Donald Trump, like 28 years apart, right? In the year of their births. So there's that, right? She takes the conspiracy theories too far out of the frame and too far into the cuckoo lane of the conspiracy theory thing, with no mastery of knowledge to piece the puzzle together to explain why she believed that. She just see an internet video and say, "Oh no, Donald Trump is Elvis Presley in disguise. Elvis Presley is Donald Trump. Elvis Presley never died." Right? So boom. So this type of talk started happening. I'm like, man, you starting to worry me. And she like, yeah, I'm gonna move out of the state. I'm gonna move out of the country. Well, I know you ain't gonna be able to move out of the country because you need both of our signature to get a passport. You need both of our approval to get a passport for a baby. But I know people that have left, plenty parents or plenty mothers have left the state and took their child out of state on their baby daddy. And baby daddy didn't do nothing, didn't go to court, get a warrant for kidnapping or nothing. Just let her take them, right? Like I did with Emeraldgold. So boom. She started talking like that and immediately sent me into Emeraldgold mode. Like, wait a minute, this is what she did with Emeraldgold. She took my child out of the state and I never see my child alive again. Now here I go doing it again. Look at it. So boom. So I filed a petition. Look, this was Friday, February 20th of this year. She told me, I desire to be out of America, especially Atlanta. I told her, please don't go. The reason why you're seeing it in this color, because this is the copy that is in the file of court. So I took the black and white copy that's in the file of court. So that's how it looks, when it came out of the copy machine thingy, right? So that feeling makes you a stronger man, especially for us color folk. Man, listen, bro. It don't matter what color you is. You're not supposed to let a female take your child away from you. That's bad luck on you as a father. You feel me? So she said, I desire to be out of America, especially Atlanta. I said, please don't go. Like the Tank song, please don't go. Please don't go. Right? I kept it benefit of the doubt. She says, I was thinking wherever I go, you can go to that country or city. Don't that sound familiar, y'all? Like I just told you with Emeraldgold? You starting to shell shock me. It's the same thing you did with my daughter. I'm starting to get shell shocked. I'm starting to get spooked. I'm starting to get the feeling like, okay, you sacrificed my first daughter. Now you trying to sacrifice my firstborn son. You know that satanic firstborn sacrifice ritual thing is a real thing, especially in you align with the Church of Yahweh. Boom. Next, I told her. Boom. She called me. She called me and told me again. So the reason why we don't have it on text is because she called me and said, I want to leave the state. I want to leave. So that was on February 20th. She told me that. And then on April the 13th, the day after my birthday, she told me she wanted to take my son out of the country again. And I told her, I'm not letting you take him. And she hung up in my face. And I told her, you scaring me with my son, talking about you going to bring my child into unknown places. At least if I report it, they'll have a record of what's going on. She said, do what you want. So B-word, I did what I wanted. I went down to the courthouse, went down to the Superior Clerk Court of Fulton County, Atlanta, and all of this proof, I put it into the packet of my thing. She's trying to take my child out of the state. She's trying to take my child out of the country. She doesn't have that right. We have joint custody. She can't make that move without my permission. Without my permission, she can't make that move. She said, I'm not putting our child in any unsafe situation. I asked you for temporary help. Oh, wait. Ready? Boom. So February 20th, she told me that. Boom. In April, you feel me? In April, I get a phone call. Guess what the phone call is, y'all? Her and her boyfriend getting into it. Her boyfriend getting into it. She called me out the blue and said, can I come live with you? You talking about the so-called abusive boyfriend that you called me abusive and violent in 2023, 2024, 2025. You said I was abusive and violent to you. And in 2026, you asked me, can I come live with you? She literally called me and said, can I come stay with you? It ain't going good over here with me and my dude. Can I come stay with you? I told her, hell no. Bring my son over here and leave my son out of that toxic environment. And you 35 years old, man, get your ass on your feet as a woman and stop being a poo-put. For lack of a better words, paraphrasing. Boom. She hung up in my face because she couldn't communicate it. And on April 14th, she said, I'm not, she hung up in my face. And when she hung up in my face, I said, you scaring me with my son, taking my child to unknown blessed places. She said, do what you want. Boom. So I did what I want. So I said, okay. And then she said, I'm not putting our child in any unsafe situation. I asked you for temporary help. Broad, when you left me, the child support was and is the temporary help. Because not only do I give you child support, I pay for all of the child's amenity. His milk, his diapers, his wipes, his clothes, all that is paid for me. Plus you get child support. And she even tried to get alimony from me, but broad, you can't get alimony from me. Alimony is applied to 10-year marriages or better. Yeah, you was in a 10-year marriage with me. Of course you could get some alimony, but you wouldn't know no 10-year marriage. You didn't last 5 years. What are you talking about? But she tried to get that too, but she couldn't. And she tried to get sole custody and take them completely away from me, but she couldn't get that neither. And the court didn't let her get that neither because I legitimized myself. I put my name on that birth certificate. I legitimized myself. That child has my last name. I legitimized myself. Right? So she said, she asked me for temporary help, and when you declined, I made other arrangements. What other arrangement? He is safe and being cared for. I am focused on stability, not conflict. Do you though? I'm ready. She said, do me though. I'm ready. Okay, I hope you is ready because I'm about to do me. Okay? But this is what she told me. You asked me for temporary help. No, you gotta do. Why you need help from your baby daddy if you got a man? And I'm already helping you. So me, I'm helping you. Your man helping you, and you still need more help? No, now you just being a bum. And I ain't with that. I ain't with that old bum ass shit. You feel me? Boom. And I told her, you always preaching communication. So I would expect way more better communication with you than you hanging up in my face about my son. I'm not playing about my Obsidian God. That's my son's name. Obsidian God is my child name. I'm not playing about my Obsidian God. I told you I will help in the best ways possible. You don't get along with Kiara. That's one of the females in my life that she don't get along with. You don't get along, and Kiara is a millionaire. You don't get along with Naama. That's my current wife that I'm in a relationship with, the one that you got into a fight with, and y'all broke up. And when y'all broke up, while I was in here, and you called the police on her, right? So if we do things your way, it's going to be bad energy. I ask you to let me have Obsidian God while you're getting things together, but you're so hell-bent on being with our son, you're not realizing that his father is the best thing for him while you break away from your relationship situation. Am I right or wrong, Chat? Chat, stop me whenever I'm wrong and say, Doc, you wrong for that. Stop me whenever I'm wrong and say, Doc, that's not logic. That's not illogical, Doc. You're not supposed to be doing that. Stop me whenever I'm wrong, Chat. Please stop me whenever I'm wrong. Please stop me. I'm waiting on you to stop me whenever I'm wrong. Wait a minute, Chat. Hold on. Come on, Fly. I let the fly in. I let you use the bathroom. You let flies in. Come on now. She says, of course I want to be with my son. He needs his mother, and I need him. Wait a minute. Ain't that supposed to be love? You ain't been wrong at all. That's why we just vibing. Peace, King. Peace, King. Look what she tell me. She tell me, of course I want to be with my son. He needs his mother, and I need him. So my son is a need now? A normal woman would have said, he loves his mother, and I love him. No, you need him to fill a void. You need him to manipulate me. You need him to manipulate whatever situation you're trying to manipulate. You need your son to do that, because people ain't gonna do that to a female who ain't got the burden of a child on her, right? She said the crazy part is I would give him to you if I had to. You're lying, because you had to give him to me when you asked to come live with me. You asked to come live with me. That was you needing to give him to me. But instead of you giving him to me, you asked to come live with me, and I had to reject you. And ever since I rejected you, I've been on your bad side. I've been on your bad side. Okay? So wait a minute. She said, look what she said. So that was crossing a line, writing them people, even though they can't do nothing. The people can't do nothing? We about to find out. Even though they can't do nothing. I don't play about my child, and our bond is proof of that. As long as he has me, he has a home. I'm always going to find a way to provide for him. I always have. Lies. You would be homeless without my help. You would be homeless without the help of your boyfriend. Period. You would be a homeless woman without my help. You would be a homeless woman without the help of your boyfriend. You would rather my child suffer with you in poverty than let my child come live with me in abundance while you get your life together. She would rather my child come suffer with her in apartments before my child come live with me in abundance and get to watch a grown man be a healed black man in front of his face. You feel me? Enjoyed your vulnerability and your bravery. I appreciate that, man. I got to let it be known, because a lot of y'all going through this. A lot of people going through this, and they're not exercising their parental fatherly rights. You have rights as a father. You have rights as a parent. As a male parent, you have rights. Exercise them. She's trying to take your baby away. Go to the courts. She's doing some abusive that you feel like need to be investigated. Go to the courts. Get CPS involved, because that's what I did. I got CPS involved. I'm gonna show you why I got CPS involved. So you ain't have to call them people though. You threatening to take my child out of the state. You threatening to take my child out of the country. Why not? Why not get the people involved? I'm not about to fight you. I'm not about to fight a wrong with a wrong. I'm about to fight the wrong with the right. What are you talking about? What is me doing? What is me doing here? Okay, wait a minute. I'm about to show you some more. She said you ain't have to get the people involved. She said she always have, right? Boom. Boom. She said, I said, you already receive assistance from me consistently, so quit your capping. Talking about she always took care of the child. You're paying child support. You're being a father. And like I said, as in me, I won't ask for your assistance. By the way, waiting on March child support since we big talking. All she care about is the bread, Fred. All that I care about my child's well-being. You taking my child away from me, and the only thing you care about is getting some money out me. That's all she care about. That's all she ever used my child for, was to get money out me. To get money out me. You feel me? That's all she cared about. She said it right here. She says, you're paying child support. You're being a father. And like I said, as in me, I won't ask for your assistance. By the way, still waiting on March child support since we big talking. Okay, Miss waiting on March child support, and that was supplied as well. Wait a minute. She said, but you got it. Like I said, I'm done having this convo. I was getting it from your uncle, which is why I haven't received it yet, because it's coming from you now. Yet I don't trip, and I never will. I always had to make a way, like I said, always have. I am not opening or reading no more of this because you're taking everything wrong. So you got it. Nah, you lack communication skills. So guess what, y'all? In order to give her child, this woman is so jealous of me and what I have. I had to lie and tell her that her child support was coming from my rich uncle, because I do got a rich uncle. He's a millionaire. But my family is estranged from me. My family don't mess with me like that. The one time that I did ask him to help me out, he partially helped me out. I asked him for $5,000 to help me out. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he gave me $2,000 and said, you got to get the rest on your own. Millionaire. You feel me? I know y'all abandoned me when I was 16. I never asked y'all for nothing in my whole entire life of living. And the first time I asked you for something, you did to stimulate me because I had I fell into a medical situation. No, I had to get it out. I still had to get it out the mud. And I got it out the mud. So and I thanked them for the little $2,000 he gave me. The little $2,000 he gave me, I thank that. I thank you for that. I ain't no hater. I ain't no hater. You did what you could do. You said you're gonna do what you could do. That's cool. Wait a minute. Where I'm at? I said I'll be there for 7:30. I'm leaving now, going to the ATM machine to bring you your money, girl. I already know you want your money. Hold on, let me see. Make sure I'm at the right spot. Make sure I'm at the right spot. Okay, boom. She said, "Oh, yep, all right, boom." Told her I'm leaving. Going to get to the ATM machine right now. Boom. And see, hold on. Look what I told her. She disrespect me. She disrespect me. She said, we're not beefing. It's respect. She said, and I said, and see, you disrespect. I said, you are disrespectful towards me, right? But won't ask me to come live with me. All this. I said, so you asked to come live with me because it's peaceful between you and your man? Yeah, because I have valid reasons to feel how I feel about both. So we're good. I'll hit you up when to come get him. Talking about my son. Right? Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Boom. I don't want to talk about it. Like I said, I know and better has presented itself. Okay. Whatever you say, bro. You don't want to ask to come live with me, bro. Whatever you say, bro. So that's what I said. I said, I'll come bring him a snack tomorrow when I bring you some money. I'm doing my best, but when you tell me you don't want to talk about it, that's a red flag in our co-parenting space, and I'm not having that. Talking about you don't want to talk about it. You better talk about it while my son involved. If you don't want to talk about it, I'm getting the people involved. Period. Boom. You said what you said and how you feel. I said what I feel. Case closed. I said case never closed as long as my son involved. Got me effed up. You can have the last words now. Yeah, you can have the last words. Wait a minute. She said, this is why I don't talk to you. Your understanding goes as far as your perception. Case closed is us talking about not feeling it's a good idea. Cool, next. Why you just didn't say it don't feel like it's a good idea? Case closed means, nigga, shut the F up. I'm not talking about it no more, like you run something. I said, but you can bring the money. Look, but you can bring the money when you pick them up in a few days. I'll let you know what time. I'll never ask you for assistance again. Case closed. You should have never asked me for assistance in the first place. You should have never asked me for assistance in the first place, you 35-year-old bum. Wait a minute. Boom. All right, so wait, let me fast forward. So boom, I file a petition to get legal custody of my son, right? She gets angry. You didn't have to call them people on me. This, that, the third. Well, you told me do me. You told me you're ready for it. You told me this, that, and the third. You got me shell shot acting like you about to pull off another Emeraldgold with my son. I'm not having it. I'm not having it, bro. I'm not having it. So boom. While the court date was for June 30th of last month. Before June 30th court date could hit, guess what she do, y'all? She violates clause. She violates sorry, my bad. Where is it? Boom. She violates clause J. And what that say, y'all? A parent changing residence must give at least 30 days notice of the change and provide a full address of the new residence. She didn't do that. Also, the father has what? Clause G says transportation agreement. I got sole transportation. So guess what she did before the court date? She abruptly moved out of her apartment without giving me notice. Moved out of her apartment without giving me notice. I say it again. And the place where she moved to, or allegedly moved to, she didn't give me the address. So I said, oh, you think you're going to run off with my baby, huh? And I said that to myself. I didn't tell that to her. I moved in silence. So what happened was, on June 26th, the court date was on June 30th. Her drop off, I was supposed to get my son on June 26th. So guess what happened? I said to myself, when she dropped my child off on June 26th, I will strictly invoke clause J and clause G of our parenting agreement, because the sole basis and foundation relies on clause J and clause G. What do I mean? If she doesn't let me know where she lives, then how can I be the transportation and drop the child off to the mother house and pick the child up from the mother house if she abruptly moves without letting me know, and then after she abruptly moves, does not tell me the address? You know what guess what her reason was for moving? She told the judge in the court date. So we go in front of the judge. The judge asked her, why you don't want him to know where his son lays his head at? She said, because he's violent towards me, Judge. He said, how is he violent towards you? He threw eyeliner at me. I said, objection, Your Honor. There is no evidence to substantiate that claim. You're only saying this because I went to the court on you, and to make yourself look good. What the first thing females do to try to throw a man under the bus to make him look like he a bad person. They throw the abuse claim on him, and she tried to say, "Oh, I'm filing a restraining order on him because he is violent towards me, and because he is violent towards me, he can't know. Because he is violent towards me, he can't know my address." The judge told her, "Follow the original court order, ma'am and sir." I said, "Okay." CPS even came over here to inspect my crib. Remember, in the last 7 days, she's called the police over here 7 days straight. Why? Because on the 26th, when I got my child, I kept my son. And until I know where my son lays his head at with you, you're not getting him back. Until you let me know the address to where my son lays his head at, so I can do the proper wellness check, take the proper pictures, so I can show that to the court, so that I can show that to the authorities, and so that I can have a peace of mind as a father to know that my son is laying his head safely, living in the house with you and a man that I don't approve of. And I don't approve of him because he's because of jealousy or anything like that. I approve of him because my son has been starting to display weird behavior. Tell me, y'all, I have a daughter. My son came over here humping my daughter, trying to hump my daughter. Where would my son learn that from, y'all? Where could my son learn that from, y'all? A 2-year-old does not know how to get behind another 2-year-old and start humping them unless the 2-year-old has witnessed that on TV, witnessed it with the parent or the guardian doing it. How can my 2-year-old son know to try to hump on my 2-year-old daughter? This is why CPS is involved. Because I can't, prove exactly what you're doing, but I can prove it through the child's behavior, through my child behavior. You want to know this? I'm gonna show you another thing. My son has never screamed or has never cried mama one time since he's been here. My son has been here since June 26th. My son has been here. He's not leaving here until I know where he lay his head at. Because you're not going to unalive this one during no sacrificial ritual. You're not going to unalive this one. Exactly, they copy what they see. Yeah, they copy what they see. So if my 2-year-old son is trying to hump on my daughter, where did he get that from? He sure ain't get it from me. He sure ain't get it from me. But guess what? Y'all a couple. Y'all stay in apartments. Y'all stay in the poverty apartments. My son can hear y'all hump. My son can hear y'all having sex. My son can see y'all, witness y'all doing all kind of stuff. You done took my son out to places that I don't even prove him to go out to. What? No, she didn't understand the concern. She doesn't remember what happened last time. Not only she act like she don't remember what happened last time, she is literally repeating the same pattern of behavior that she repeated last time. Only this time I got the state involved. And the one thing my baby mama respect is the white people. She respect them white folks. She respect the judge. She respect why? Because that's why she always trying to call the police. She called the police trying to get my son up out of here. The CPS called me. CPS called me today. I said, yeah. She said, can you tell your baby mama, I came to the house looking for her and she was a no call, no show. Oh, so CPS came to the house and you was a no call and a no show? But when CPS came to my house, not only did I answer on the first ring, not only did I answer on the first knock, not only did I let her in and let her inspect the whole house. Oh, CPS was like, well, and I told CPS said, why you don't want to give her back to, why you don't want to give your son back to his mother? I said, because she's violating Clause G and Clause J in the parental agreement. I must know when my son lays his head at. 30 days prior to her moving, she just abruptly moved and tried to take my boy. I must know where she lays her head at and where my son laid his head at because I got to pick him up from his mother's house and drop him off to his mother's house. She don't want to let me know the address. Red flags, fishy. It's a fishy movement going on, bro. It's a fishy movement going on. So boom. So I've been having my son ever since. The judge ain't say, give your son back. No, the judge, what the judge keeps saying, follow the original court order. So let's go. So fast forward to today. She tried to go to the judge in the thread and try to look what she told the judge on an email thread. Ready? Rance Dunbar has been withholding our son Obsidian God Dunbar from me since June 28th, 2026. I can no longer reach out to him because there is a temporary, that's what a TPO, a temporary protective order in place. We have court on July 20th at 2 p.m. in room 8G. People, she don't even realize that in order for that to be true, I would have to get a subpoena to court. In order for the temporary order, and when you get a temporary protective order against a person, a police incident has to go down first. The police has to get involved, and an incident of domestic violence has to get in. We haven't been nowhere near. There can't be no domestic violence with me and you because I don't engage with you. I don't speak to you. I don't engage with you. I let the courts and the court system mediate between me and you because your comprehension and lack of and your understanding is low. So I don't even go back and forth with you. But she is lying, literally lying to the judge on thread, like the judge don't see that. I'm gonna show you how the judge. Look how the judge do it. For this matter, the cops have shown up the last few days attempting to serve him. Cops don't serve you, dummy. The clerk of court serves you. The police don't serve you, dummy. The clerk of court serves you. The cops have shown up to this house and did a wellness check for the last 7 days straight to see if my son cool. And every 7 days, every day of the 7 days, the cops leave my house and they tell her, we can't do nothing, ma'am. The court's got to decide that. Wait a minute. Why? So she said this, right? She said, sir, and I was advised not to reach out to him. I've only CC'd him because I know I have to. The lies, the capping that Capricorn, capping her ass off right now. You ready? So please help me get my son back because the original and make him follow the original court agreement signed by Judge Eaton. The original court agreement wasn't signed by Judge Eaton. The original court agreement was signed by Judge Kathy Robinson. She don't even know that Kathy Robinson is a judge. She calling a lady Kathy. She calling a lady Miss Kathy. She ain't calling a lady Your Honor. The lady name is Kathy Robinson. Judge Kathy Robinson. She is the judge that manages Judge Eaton's order docket. She is the judge that manages Judge Eaton's docket. So you don't even know you talking to a judge. Wait a minute. Watch this here. Look what the judge say. Judge say the parties need to follow the parenting plan that was filed into the case. See attached. So the judge told her to file the parenting plan that was filed into the case, and the parenting plan says you got to let me know the address. Duck, quack, quack, goose. Wait a minute. I said received. Thank you, Church of the Great Grand Holy Mother of All Divine. This was at 2:19 p.m. today, y'all. I said, man, let me go show the people how stupid this broad is. Wait a minute. You ready? Boom. She said, Rance Dunbar is not able to come to my home to pick up and drop off our child because of safety reasons. Love, didn't the judge tell you to follow the original court order? You still ain't following that? Are you suggesting that he comes to my address with the TPO in place? Rance is violating every agreement we have. I have sealed my address with Judge Ashley. Judge Ashley is not in charge of this case, crazy person. But, okay. Look what the judge tell her. Oh, she said, I have a TPO on Rance Dunbar, Miss Kathy. So what do you suppose we do? I was instructed to email you with this matter. The next court date is in August. What do you suggest we do? So first we had a court date in July, not a court date in August. You see how she lied? Look, she lied and told this lady. Look at this. She lied and told this lady we have a court date on what? July 20th. She said but then she come back and say the next court date is in August. You see how she lies? She lies just to suit her narrative. Look what the judge say. Please follow the instructions of the court and the TPO. You know what that means? If she followed the instructions of the TPO, that means she's not supposed to have no contact with me. And if she follows the original court order of the court, she has to let me know where her address is so I can drop the child off by her mother and pick the child up from her mother. This is what the lady said, bro. The judge said this in the email. I said, thank you. Will do. Why? Because I'm enforcing Section G and Section J. I'm enforcing the two pillars, people. I'm enforcing the two pillars. You feel me? She crazy. So I'm letting fact, and I still feel like I need to help other. And I still feel like I need to help. Now, I mean, you're just a duck. At that point. When you see people, the only truly way to help others is helping yourself, because others see you helping yourself and they copy off of you. You telling them to do it is not authentic to them. Remember, it has to be authentic to them. What makes it authentic to them? By seeing somebody else doing it and them copying the other person that they see's way. And when they copy that way, guess what? That was you helping them. That's what computers do all the time, copy and paste. You're supposed to see somebody who is more successful than you, copy what they're doing, but apply it to your life, and that was them helping you. But y'all really want Great Mother, Jesus, whoever, to come down in the sky and hold your hand, come out of the sky and hold your hand to the promised land. And it don't work like that. So the judge told her to follow the original court order. She's so dense in the brain, she don't understand that the judge told her follow the TPO, which is no contact with me. She said follow the TPO, which is no contact with me. Follow the court order, which is what? Section G and Section J. J and G. J.G. Whitworth. 877 cash dog. Wait a minute. You can't make this stuff up. So this is why I feel like she's trying to sacrifice my obsidian God. And this is why she's not getting my obsidian God. Because the fact that you want to have my son in a disclosed location, and I don't know where he lives. I don't know where he rests his head with you and this strange man. You've called the police over here 7 times, and the police told you that they can't do nothing about it. follow the original court order, and you still refuse to follow the original court order, but you want me to, ain't the audacity of a narcissist, wants me to follow the rules while she breaks the rules, wants me to enforce and be a goodwill hunting while she's bad will hunting. Always talking about she's trying to take my child swimming. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not gonna unalive this one like you unalived the last one. You're not gonna leave the state. Last time you left the state with my child got unalived. You're not gonna get a chance to leave the state with my child. You're not gonna get a chance to leave the country with my child. You're not gonna get it. My child will be a tax-paying citizen of Fulton County, broad. Hell wrong with your broad ass. You got me messed up. Nah. I'm not gonna allow you to mishandle and have my son living in poverty when you can have my son kicking it with his father while you get your stuff together as a 35-year-old bum and unbum yourself as a 35-year-old bum. Ooh, she's in a pickle of her own doing. Yeah. Yeah, Mom Deuce. Hey, Mom Deuce. Mom Deuce. Hey, I ain't, hey, bro. The way you was coming at me, nah, bro, I'm spiritual before money. Y'all act like y'all money before spiritual. I'm spiritual before the money. You ain't gotta be sorry for what I'm going through. I go through it like a man. The only reason why I'm airing it out, because guess what? I feel like it's time for the world to know the truth about how scandalous you broads is. How scandalous you broads is, bro. I had everything coordinated. I had everything ready on Goddess. You see that Goddess in the back of me? You know how much that Goddess costs? You see this altar in the back of me? You see this house, you know what I mean? You know how much it costs? I could have been paid you that little money. Great mother said, no, since you want to act stupid, since you want to act dumb, like, be an Aries man on her. And show her that you come from robbing and stealing and killing way before this bull crap y'all on. I come from the trenches. And y'all trying to treat me like I'm some Dr. Sabi. No, I'm Dr. Sabi with a license to thug in this bitch. That's who I am. But y'all won't come at me like I'm old soft chakra doctor, like it can't get real in this MF. Like it really can't get real. Talk to a nigga any kind of way. Threaten a nigga. Throw jabs here and there over pettiness. Over pettiness too. Pettiness. So no, bro. Shout out to you though. I'm gonna give a shout out to you though, because I know you're a tough skin and you're Aries, and you know you was coming at me down bad. When I was coming at you cordially saying, yo, I got you, sis. I'm gonna send you that. Got you, sis. You coming at me like you the great grand holy mother of all divine. How dare you? Over the pettiness. It wasn't like you bought a product from me and I didn't give you a product. It went, and all the free shit I gave you. Let's talk about all that. All of the free shit I gave you that was worth more than the money you gave me. No, none of that go through your head. And I become the bad guy. That's okay. I shall be the bad guy. I shall be the bad guy on this one. Bad guy, private eye. I shall be the bad guy on this one, because I ain't letting nothing ride. Everybody guilty until proven innocent. And if you're coming at me sideways, I'm coming at you always. Round, clockwise, counterclockwise. I ain't playing with nothing. Young, old, big, tall, fat, small, black, white, Hispanic, or Asian. It don't matter. Dog, cat. Like Manny Fresh said, ladies and gentlemen, little children, dogs and cats, you are now introduced to the drum patterns of DJ if it fresh. Yeah. You feel me? But yeah, that bitch killed my daughter, man. Allegedly, she unalived my baby. I've been dealing with that for years. And now it's come to a head because she's trying to do that with my son and trying to take my son out of the state. Nah. I ain't letting no more females. I ain't letting no more once a month bleeding B words take advantage of me no more. Take advantage of my kindness. Because you can give a person the world, you can give a person your whole arsenal, you can give a person your love, you can give a person your dedication. But soon as money enters into the equation, they turn on you. They turn on you and act like they never fucking knew you. So let me act like I never knew you in front of my great grand holy mother, Mom Deuce. Let me act like I never fucking knew you. See? Since y'all won't turn the back on the great grand holy mother, let me show the great grand holy mother that I can turn my back on y'all in real time on the live stream. On the live stream, it's still up. I don't care. I don't care what is owed. I don't care what I owe you. You come at me sideways, the street me come out and say you jacked. I don't owe you nothing. If I don't owe you nothing. Playing with me. Come on, man. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Because you could have got everything back and more and then some if you would have kept it feminine and kept it cordial with me. But you came at me like a man. So you're getting treated like a man. And guess what I do, men who come at me sideways? I play them raw. I ain't nice to none of them. So all the females who want to come at me like they the man and they got a dick when they the ones that actually got a coochie and they the ones that get F-U-C-K'd, guess what? That's on y'all body, man. But I'm not about to play no games. I'm not about to play no games with the great grand holy mother. I come in the name of the great grand holy mother. I am chosen by the goddess. While all y'all bowing down, praying to a dick, I bow down and pray to the pussy. Any questions? Any questions? They got way more to the story. But any questions? I had to just break it down and summarize it in that little short space. All I did was pay my dues to you. All I did was give my all to make sure that you straight and you ain't out here looking crazy as my baby's mother and you trying to take my son away from me. No, man, I go to the court. I call the police on you. I go to the court. I call the police on you because it is my right. I'm a taxpaying citizen of Fulton County. It's my right to do it. It's my right to do it. I'm a taxpaying citizen of Fulton County, Georgia. It is my right to do it. So, and I'd rather be a citizen than I'm a sovereign through my church. I'm spiritually sovereign, mentally sovereign, magically sovereign. I'm sovereign through the church. I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen through taxes and through Caesar. Caesar get taxes from me. The Bible said, pay to Caesar what's to Caesar and pay to the Lord what is the Lord. But y'all forget Caesar and the Lord is one and the same. So I pay the great mother what is owed to the great mother. I pay the goddess what's owed to goddess. I pay to Mother Nature what is owed to Mother Nature. You dig? And I pay to Caesar what is owed to Caesar. Period. But make no mistakes, man. Make no mistakes, bro. I done gave way more than I've given way more than I received. And the moment money into the equation, remember that's how me and Gandhi broke up. He claimed he's spiritual. This nigga gave me $150,000. I paid $145,000 of it back. When I got to $5,000, guess what this nigga said? You owe me 25 more. We broke up. Niggas claim that they spiritual until the money get involved. Y'all wonder why I'm coming at Mom Deuce like that? Because when my baby died, because when my little girl died, she act like she was my friend and said, here you go, Doc. I said, Mom Deuce, give me some. Mom Deuce, I'm fucked up. I'm trying to pay for my baby funeral. Man, loan me some money, and I'm going to pay you back. She loaned me some money. You feel me? I said, look, look, until I pay you back, I'm gonna give you more than the equivalent of what the 1,200 worth, and I'm gonna give you all services, all products, all services and products to equivocate that so that you don't be feeling like you got cheated in the deal. She said, all right. I gave her all the algorithms, did all the counseling, did everything. Did everything. And as soon as she ran up on hard time, she came up in my inbox talking about, Chakra Doctor, if you don't give me my $1,200, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that to you. I said, bitch, get it in blood then. Fuck wrong with you threatening me. That's how that happened. That's why I came at her like that. And then she won't come in my chat acting like it ain't never happened. Nah, my memory long, and it serves me well. Anybody disrespects me, especially over something petty that I can easily pay back. that I can easily give back, that I can easily do for. Nah, bro. Don't act like nothing ain't never happened. Don't act like nothing ain't never happened. That's how my baby mama is. She do messed up stuff to me, and then she act like nothing ain't ever happened. Talking about, when you gonna bring the money? When you gonna give me the money? When you gonna do this with the money? When you gonna do that with the money? But no, mom, dudes, I always intended, since you hit me up, I always intended to pay you back. Now that you hit me up, and I guess that you hit me up, that's on good terms, me and you. I'm gonna send you that. I'm gonna send you that, just so I can feel great about myself. But Great Mother told me don't send it to you because you was capping. Great Mother told me don't send it to you, so I didn't send it to you. So I followed the order of the Great Mother. When she tell me to send it to you, I'll send it to you. Because that's what I do. I follow the voice of the Great Mother. I follow the voice of the Great Mother. Y'all turn y'all backs on the Great Mother. We're gonna see how that turned out for everybody who have been listening to Chakra Doctor all this time, listening to Chakra Doctor about the Great Mother, but y'all still haven't become buddy with the Great Mother. We're gonna see how that turned out when y'all need the Great Mother the most, because it's gonna happen in a short while. It's gonna happen in a minute. Hopefully, me and Dwayne get up on here soon. I'm gonna holler at him, see if we're gonna get up on here soon. But until then, man, I'll keep y'all posted with this baby mama drama. But make no mistake, I believe she unalived my baby at a Church of Yahweh satanic ritual, and I believe she's trying her hardest to get my son out of the state and out of the country so she can do that again to my son. And I'm not letting Lilith do that. You know, in the folklore, in the magical lore, they say Lilith is a child killer. The reason why they call her Lilith, and the reason why a child died in her custody. I'm not letting Lilith kill no more children on my watch. And that's on great, grand, holy goddess, Mother Nature. I promise you, I'm not letting her kill no more children on my watch. I told you.